Alright y'all, it's 3 o'clock Central Time, and you are tuned into the Rosetree Blown Glass Facebook Live. I'm glad y'all are with us. As you see, we're starting with Darcy is spanning the globe. No, spanning the tables that we have set up, our little mini, let's call it mini festival tables. Kind of show you the kind of setup that we would have at an outdoor festival or an indoor festival. But seeing the festivals are not happening right now, we're setting it up right here for you. So that's good. So I want to show you a couple of things. First of all, we'll let Darcy finish panning everything. And what I want to show you is our new rocks glasses, which we put up yesterday online. And this is our rocks glass. Has a really nice weight to it, nice thick bottom, holds your drink, and we have in all like eight different flavors. And we also started making these wine glasses. We did a marble last Thursday, and we started making these glasses with the marble stems, which are kind of really cool. We got a whole bunch of these made. Not a bunch, we have a few. And I want to show you the marbles that we made on Thursday. Okay, so this was the first one I made. And you can see that we have the white on the inside, then the purple swirls, and then the dichroic glass going around. Remember, dichroic means two different colors. And you can see different lighting, you get different kind of colors on that dichro. And then you can see where the bubbles that I poked in came out. So these are about 3 inches wide. And so this was the second one that we left, and this was I was making it. So like I said, the first one is really straightforward swirls, and then it gets a little more freeform. So you can see the swirls inside, and the spirals on the swirls, and the intentional bubbles and all. And they get really cool. And then there's another one that has dichro, and then if you look carefully, you'll see little bubble fields here, which are a intentional patch of bubbles that are symmetrically set in there. And we'll do some of that today. I'll show you how that is done on a piece. So you see they're about 3 inches, and really cool because you can just sit there and look at it and kind of get lost going in and out and through. So those are the ones we made on Thursday, and we have some new stuff. And let's go over and talk about what we're going to do for today. All right, so those of y'all who are new here, hopefully we have some new people. I'm Mark. This is my shop along with my wife Brenda. Rosetree Blown Glass Studio in beautiful Algiers Point, which is part of New Orleans, Louisiana. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a piece today and talk through it, and hopefully you have some questions for me while I'm working, and I'll be able to answer them while I'm working. So what we're going to make is, I'm calling it a, for lack of a better term yet, a marble vase. And I'm going to use techniques that we did on Thursday and put them on a vase and just see what kind of transpires. I really like swirls and the dichro on the piece. So let's see what happens with the marble vase. So as always, we start off with a layer of clear glass at the furnace. So we're going to go over there and start her up.
So we already have a question. From Corey Clifton. Where do you get your dichro from?
I get it from CVS through Now you make my brain think. It'll come to me as soon as I stop thinking about it. Coatings by... I'm not sure. It'll come to me. I'll come back to that. As always, furnace is 2,050 degrees inside. We can hold up to 400 pounds of molten glass in there. Blowpipe, steel, rubber, plastic. And I'm going to get my first layer. Each layer is called a gather because we're gathering the glass onto the end of the pipe. And you'll see the glass is molten, meaning it is a liquid. So 2,000 degrees of heat will make glass into a liquid. And if you stop, it'll start to drip. And we're going to come over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our layer of color on first. And when I'm experimenting and doing different things, I usually, for some reason, I start out with blue. Because blue is an easy color for me to see, and also it's a real popular color. So I don't really get a lot of problems with the colors matching or whatever, so the blue is pretty standard for me to do some experimentation with.
So Corey asked, do you mean ABS?
No.
No, okay. And Curly wants to know if...
It's coatings by somebody. Coatings by...
Curly wants to know, are you doing classes right now?
No, we are not. We actually are going to make an announcement and probably open the gallery up again as long as people are... what's the word? We're going to require masks and when people come in, just because as a courtesy to us, we don't want to have to, we don't want something coming into the studio. Right now our studio is very clean. We clean it twice a day at least, and we want to kind of keep it that way. So inviting people into the studio will ask that you abide by our rules kind of thing. So hopefully we're looking at June 1st to open the gallery back up. As for classes, that's a real tough one because it's sharing. It's sharing tools, it's sharing blowpipes, it's sharing lots of different things, and I'm not comfortable with that just yet. My employees aren't comfortable with that yet. So once everybody's comfortable, we'll start back up again. So I smoothed out the color, and I'm going to blow into the blowpipe, and you'll watch the outside of the blowpipe because now we're blind. Usually we can see the bubble on the inside because there's no glass, no color on it. But because we're blind, what we're looking at is the outside profile. And you can see, if you look very carefully, you'll see it start to poke out. Okay, and you'll see that that is my bubble in there.
Coatings by Sandberg?
That's it. Who is that? Jerry Lynn's on there?
No, it's Corey. Corey.
Yes, that's it. CBS, I told you that. Okay, so getting this ready, and actually the next layer we are going to pick up our dichroic glass and see where we go from there.
Zachary wants to know what's the material used for the color.
It's colored glass. It's just formulated to fit with the glass that I have, meaning that the expansion and contraction of the glass is the same as my base glass. If the glasses don't have the same expansion and contraction, when it heats and when it cools, the piece will crack. That's why I can't use Pyrex in my pieces, because Pyrex has a different expansion and contraction level. So people who do torch work don't use the same coefficient of expansion that I use, so we can't share different glasses. So I'm waiting for this to cool down because I want to get another layer on top. And once I get the other layer on top, I will shape it and then put the dichro on.
So Barry wants to know what we are making today. He came in a little late.
We're making what I'm calling for lack of a better term, a marble vase, using some of the same techniques that we used on Thursday for our marbles. I thought, well, what will happen if I just blew that marble up and see what happens with that? So this is the thought process going in my brain.
It's kind of an experimental piece today then, huh?
Yeah, I'm allowed.
Absolutely. So Curly wants to know, what's the hardest color to use?
Reds. Period. Exclamation point. Reds are really hard because they burn out easily, meaning they go to brown real easily, and they're harder to blow. Some colors are softer, like white is real soft. Red is really hard, so if you don't have it evenly on the piece, it'll blow out crooked. So reds are definitely the hardest to work with. Another layer on top.
And are you sporting a new shirt today?
Are you asking that, or is somebody else?
It's me.
Yes. new tie-dye today. And someday soon we will have a tie-in to our shirt guy, and you'll be able to order shirts directly online. You can pick through different colors, different styles, and you'll be able to just slap our logo on the shirt and it'll go directly to you.
A print-on-demand feature.
Well, as soon as we figure it out. It's available, but we have to figure it out. We haven't had the time to figure it out.
That is very true.
For those of you who do not know, that's Darcy behind the camera. And I gotta give my props to Darcy. Darcy, as we have been, has been learning a lot about websites and everything that goes with it. And we are trying our best to make things easy for you to look at us and watch us. So I'm just setting this up for the dichro. Now if you remember, the dichro is in the annealing oven, so it's resting there at 900 some odd degrees. You cannot just put it on the marber, this table, and pick it right up, because the glass on the pipe won't stick to the dichro if the dichro is not hot. So where's everybody from?
Well, I know we've already got New York and LA. We've got Alabama, and I think we had Houston.
We have any new people? Wave your hand, new people. So I'm just pushing the bubble a little bit deeper into the gather, because I want the dichro, I don't want it to blow out really, really thin, although it may, because I want to still retain the line element on the piece.
So Corey is in Colorado.
Corey sounds like he's a glass blower.
Does sound like that.
Corey, are you a glass blower?
We've got...
Best up, Corey.
We've got Metairie in Michigan. We've got 2 people in Michigan.
2 people where?
In Michigan.
Michigan, great.
Got near Seattle.
All right, that's pretty far.
Ooh, Windsor, Ontario. That might be the winner there.
All right, is that
It's Kathy.
Is either Kathy or Lisa?
Lori from Connecticut was asking.
Hey, Lori.
Have we asked about those dark shades that you're wearing? Protection from the heat and or brightness?
Brightness. It's just looking at this all day long, it just gets to be fatiguing on your eyes. And it cuts out certain radiation kind of rays, it's not like radioactive, but there's certain like UV rays and things that are cut out that would hurt my eye. So I'm giving us a good heat, And I'm going to come back to Lori in a second.
So Corey, real quick, said he is a glass blower. He is 10 years young into it.
All right. Just a pup. Well, welcome, Corey. Glad to have you here. All right, so I'm going to go into the oven and hopefully pick everything up. Nope. Kind of maybe. Well. Kind of got a little Disney swirl on one side.
It's just going to add character.
Of course. All right, so I'm going to even that off and stretch it out and work with it a little bit. So Lori, Lori runs a nonprofit called Help Our American Heroes, which is they supply vans for veterans who are injured during their service. So injured being, I think, Laura, you can correct me if I'm wrong, injured paraplegic, quadriplegic, and they buy vans so that the veterans are mobile. And I just finished making an award for them to give to one of the parents of one of the servicemen. So I'll post that later today or tomorrow. Show you the kind of awards that we make for different groups.
So Snooks, he's doing kind of an experimental vase today, using some techniques that he used in the marbles that he did on Thursday. And there is some of the dichro glass like he used on the marbles. So Curly was asking, is there a piece that you would have done that you would consider your magnum opus?
Yes, for right now. I can magnum opus again, hopefully. And what we're going to do next week, we're going to do part of the interview. We're going to do like an interview up in the gallery, and there is a piece up there that I would consider that. So you're going to have to tune in. Next week, probably Thursday. Or maybe not. But yes, there's a piece upstairs that I have that I worked in a collaboration with another artist whose name is Greg Chase, and he used to make these fantastic marbles, and so he made what's called picture brainy, which are little bitty discs that are it's actually cane. It's like Christmas cookies where you lay the different colors down, and then when you cut the cross section, there's a picture on the cross section of like a Christmas tree or Santa Claus or whatever. But these are like very intricate scenes, and I'll show you that another day.
So Sherry or Cherie, I hope I'm not saying it wrong, is asking, the dichro that they use with boro or soft glass has to be used carefully to not burn the side with the coating. How do you keep it from burning in the furnace?
I think that boro people, I think you're working hotter than I am. I think you're working more 2300, 2400, and this is more 21, 22, and I think that's the tipping point. So I think as long as I don't burn it really hot in a flame, then it'll stay the coatings will stay. So I'm giving this a little twist because I want that movement going around the base. But I have to be careful. If I stretch it too much, when I blow it out, it's going to disappear because it's just, the coating is only so strong. So you see, I have actually dichro and then color strips called cane in between. So I have dichro color, and just to give it a little variation, I'm going to start blowing that out. Just to get my bubble back, because when I put the dichro on, it forces the air out, and also when I'm working the dichro in, it forces the air out of the bubble, of the glass.
Tamara's asking if we're back open yet.
We're blowing glass, but we are not. We'll be open. The gallery will be open to the public probably June 1st. And as for blow your own, we are not doing the blow your owns right now because we're kind of hesitant about sharing tools and blowpipes and things like that. We are going to make an announcement very soon about something that I think is going to be really cool. And again, you're going to have to just keep tuning in to find out these things. I'm very sly that way.
Now the gallery's probably not going to be open until June 1st.
That's it. Somebody else is asking again?
No, I may have, my brain may have filtered off for a second. Just making sure it got said.
Okay.
But you can order online and pick up as well.
Sure, we'll do a curbside pickup, non-contact, and we'll also we ship them every day. Darcy, show the boxes. That's shipping out to a gallery that carries our work. Most of that. Some others are individual people, but we have some galleries which are actually opening back up and wanting very few galleries, but if they want our work, we'll send it to them. So, if y'all remember the control bubbles on the marble, the bubble patch, I have a little, looks like a pin prong actually, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on that, on two sides, and make it really difficult when I do my next gather is what's going to happen.
So Corey said that the type of gas makes a difference in burning the dichro as well. Propane reacts to the dichro differently than natural gas.
Thank you, Corey. You should come here more often. I don't do a boro, so I'm not really sure about that. I mean, I'm sure that you're right. I'm not sure. I couldn't answer the question. Our friend Jerry Lynn, who introduced me to marble making and all, does boro, and I sat in on one of her classes thinking that I would, I'll just start making things. So I sat there, and it was a beginning marble course, maybe what it was, and everybody's sitting there, and I'm sitting at one of the torches. When I figured out that I did not even know how to light the torch, and everybody else did, I knew I was kind of overstepping. But I will get to the point where I'll do it one day.
And Corey said she's the reason he's here today.
Very good. All right, so you see that I have this bubble pattern on two sides. And what hopefully will happen is when I go in to get my last gather, those indentations will trap little bubbles.
Pam is asking if Brenda is here. She's not here today. She's home right now. She was
Brenda's
here
watching
earlier.
at home. Wait. Brenda's watching at home. There you go. I told her I'd do that.
Curly is asking, have you ever done an owl piece?
An owl? No. Mean a depiction of an owl, or like something that an owl would use? But no, I don't really do figurative pieces. It's kind of hard. People always ask, can you do a dog for me? Can you do a cat? I don't do representational things like that. Just because everybody's idea of what they want is different than actually will probably come out. Okay, I'm going to plunge this in and get another gather and see where we go. Now the hard part is, as you can see, it's not round anymore. When I flattened it, it compressed on two sides, so it's actually flat on two sides, and that's going to be harder to gather, and from here on out it's going to be harder to blow. Now, Darcy, if you get a close-up, you can see the bubbles, the bubble patterns, and the dichro. So now I'm using, this is a wood block, which is fruit wood, cherry wood, and what I'm doing is trying to kind of force the glass where I want it to be. There's a lot of glass blowing where you kind of have to know what the glass is going to do and anticipate what it's going to do. And this is kind of the step I'm in now, trying to see where this dance I'm doing today with it, see who's leading. Hopefully I am.
Corey wants to know, how big is your monster furnace?
That furnace, monster furnace, it holds 400 pounds if we fill it all the way up. Heating this up again and evening it out. I'm going to use the block again, kind of space it out a little bit. On the marker again. And I think the outside is pretty well even now. The inside is not, so it's going to kind of want to, remember I said that the glass blows to the thickest point, from the to the thinnest point or the hottest point. So if the glass is the same heat all the way down, it'll try to blow out to that thinner side. So I got to, again, kind of control that while I'm blowing.
So Pam in Olympia is asking,
hey, Pam.
What color will it be when it's cooled? She just tuned in.
Blue with gold dichroic glass, and I think I have purple stripes. We'll find out. And like I told everybody in the beginning, Pam, I expect you to be here at 3 o'clock, like everybody else. I kind of, when I do experimentation, I use blue a lot, because it's an easy color for me to see, and it's a popular color, and I could work on the shapes and everything, and not worry about really the color as much. So you see, I am doing what's called an air trap again while I'm blowing into the pipe, over with my thumb. Trapping the air inside. When the air hits the glass, it heats up and expands, and you see I'm starting to get bigger.
We've got someone in Montana today.
All right. So if you look closely, we're not done yet though. You can see the bubble patch on either side, and you see the dichro swirls going all the way down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut in my jack line. And if you remember, the jack line is the line that I'm going to cut into the piece so that I can transfer it from the blowpipe to the punty rod, which is a rod that's going to attach to the bottom, the foot of the piece, so that I could transfer it and work on the lip, which is now attached to the pipe. Always turning.
It's feeling extra warm in here today.
Yeah, it's starting to get summertime.
I'm spoiled. I get to work upstairs.
Air conditioning. So I'm starting to cut the jack line in. Wrong jacks, actually. So I'm going to give that a little bit more puff, a little bit more air. And then put the jack line in a little bit deeper. So Corey, you'll start to see this as just being a very big marble. And the jack line in deeper. Around a little bit. What that does is lengthens the glass a little bit. And you see I'm trying to keep the glass really hot each time, about 30 seconds or so outside the reheating chamber, and then a good heat up inside. If it loses all its heat, it takes a real long time to heat back up again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a puffer, and that is going to blow air while I'm working it. Make it a little bit bigger. And you see, this is going to be my shoulder up here. You see the bubbles are still in it, and I got that swirl going all the way down. But what's happening is the dichro, just because it's a coating, it's starting to break apart a little bit, and you see the black glass underneath, which is kind of cool. But I can't get too big with this, or you'll lose the dichro altogether. So I get the whole thing of heat, and then I'm going to heat just the bottom and swing that out to lengthen it a little bit. Kind of looks cool going round and round in the
Yeah, I had to get a
chamber.
close-up.
Make sure nobody's behind me.
I appreciate that.
And you'll see that the piece is starting to lengthen. So I'm going to do that one more time. It's kind of cool from the bottom. So you see I only have about 30 seconds, sometimes not even, to do what I need to do. So you'll see the blue actually has spread out. It's a transparent blue. I want to be able to see through the piece and see the stripes in front and the stripes in back and kind of crisscross. And what we'll do is we will flatten the piece so that'll be even more dramatic.
He does make it look easy, doesn't he, Corey?
40 years, Corey. 42. I'm way ahead. Okay, so that's the shape that I like to start with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it up. And if you remember from when we did the wave vase, I had a cork pad, and I flattened the base on the cork pad. I'm doing the same thing today with this. The cork pad's set up over yonder, so I'm going to have to walk over to there. So I'm getting a good heat out of this so that the whole thing squishes. Technical term, squish. And it's flat. Just flattening it so it has a little something to sit on. The foot. Remember, the vase has body parts just like humans do. We have a foot, a body, a shoulder, a neck, and a lip. Foot, body, shoulder, neck, lip. And I'm going to heat this up one more time just to get a little bit smoother. And then I'm going to transfer. I think I'm going to go over to the cork pad one more time. So that's pretty much a shape that I want, or that the glass and I agree on. And I'm making what's called a kick in it, so it sits on a ring rather than flat on the bottom. And you'll see I have nice crisscross looking from the outside through to the other side, and bubbles going on. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to transfer. I'm going to attach another rod to the foot, cut it off at the lip, and it'll be on the second piece.
Jimmy asks.
Not yet. Well, that's right. Amy has blues in her. She's got the blue color scheme. All right, I'll be right back with my honey rod. attach it directly on the bottom. And using the diamond file with a little bit of water on it, I'm scoring that jack line so that hopefully it'll come off right there. Brush over here, reheat. So now we have a transfer. The foot is done. The body's pretty well done. So now I'm going to concentrate on the shoulder and the lip. I hope everybody's having a good day. Hope the weather's okay where you are. Again, it's another nice day here. But it's hot.
So nice, but not necessarily beautiful.
Yeah, this is the probably the hottest day so far. Definitely the hottest day since we started doing these 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I'm reheating the whole piece, and I'm coming back and just hard heating the top part, which is the lip, because that's the part I want the hottest. If I don't heat the whole piece up, what happens is it'll pop off the punty rod and end up on the floor. Which we have seen already once, I think. So I'm going to open it up a little bit, and I'm going to trim it with some glass shears, which is a fancy word for scissors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it up one more time, and open it a little bit more, and shape it, and then see if that's enough. Again, I'm heating the whole piece so the attachment doesn't get cold, and then hard heating the top part because that's the part that we want to concentrate on opening.
So Corey was asking, what's hot in your studio?
What's hot?
Yeah, not sure.
Hot meaning popular or hot meaning temperature? Alright, I'm going to shape it one more time. I kind of like this shape. It's kind of disc pillow kind of shape.
Oh, like studio temperature.
Oh, in here, in the summertime it gets about 105 or so. We have 40-foot ceilings and vents on the rooftop. We have a big hood that I don't have on right now because it's kind of loud, but that has 2 big fans on either side which evacuate the heat a little bit more. So 105 about, I would say. At least that's what I've been measuring. Which is for a glass blowing studio in the south. It's not that bad. All right. So I think that's going to be it. So come in from this side, Darcy, because you'll see I have the swirls like the marble has, the dichro and the color patch, and we have blues and purples, or is that light blue? I think it's purple. And kind of reminds me of the marbles we made.
Corey said, no, that's comfortable, 105.
Yeah. All right, so there you have it, a prototype marble vase, and you can see the crisscross behind, looking through to the black on the other side, and the dichro on this side. And what we are going to do is come over here to the crack-off bench and tap, and it comes right off.
Smooth like butter.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, usually, hopefully.
Today.
Is
this one.
And I'm going to, what we do is called fire polishing. So the rough spot that broke off from the punty rod is sharp, so it has to be dealt with. And the way we do that is we use a torch to smooth it out. And then take our handy dandy high temperature gloves and come over here and put it into the oven where it is going to live for a while. So this oven is called an annealing oven. An annealing oven is 950 degrees or so, and that piece, when I put it in, the lip was still a little bit hotter than the body, so that will stabilize at 920 across the whole piece. And when I'm done for the day, I'll put it on a turn down, and it'll be about 16 hours to go from hot down to room temperature. If I left it just out on the table by itself, it would go from hot to cold too fast and crack. So that's kind of showing you the behind the scenes kind of thing. I don't really do, I sketch sometimes, but a lot of times, I mean, I'm just really more comfortable sketching on the pipe. And you know, knowledge, 42 years of knowledge gives you that, where you can just work your prototypes actually on the pipe rather than working it out through paper. So that's today. As always, I thank you for being here. We are Rosetree Glass, RosetreeGallery.com, Rosetree Blown Glass on Facebook, Rosetree Glass Gallery on Instagram, and hopefully you enjoy this. It's a free. It's always going to be free. I love having you in here and sharing what I know with you. And if you're working and have a little bit of extra money to throw, you can buy some pieces. We have Father's Day coming up. We have some new pieces for Father's Day, which were the rock glasses, and the marbles will be really cool for Father's Day. And of course, wine glasses and Disney cups and things like that. So anyway, thanks again. We will see you on Thursday at 3 o'clock. Remember, as always, take care of each other, love one another. We'll see you next time.